Why do cats always choose your laptop right when you're busiest, focused, and maybe even a little stressed? Picture this. You're typing fast, chasing a deadline, your screen glowing with importance. And then boom! A soft, furry body casually walks across your keyboard like it owns the place. And honestly, in your cat's mind, Dois! Here's the truth, your cat isn't trying to ruin your work. It's doing something much deeper and surprisingly meaningful. First, your laptop is warm. Cats are obsessed with cozy spots, and your device is basically a tiny heated bed. To them, it's not a tool. It's comfort. But here's where it gets interesting. It's not just about warmth. It's about you. Your laptop has your attention. And cat, it wants that attention too. In the wild, cats learn to compete for resources. In your home, your focus becomes the resource. So when you stare at a screen instead of them, they instinctively step in literally. Think about it. Your cat could sit anywhere. The couch is softer. The bed is bigger. But no, they choose the exact spot that blocks your view. That's not random. That's strategy. Your cat is saying, if you won't come to me, I'll come to where your attention lives. And let's not forget scent. Cats feel safe around your smell. Your laptop, your hands, your space, it's all marked with you. Sitting there is like wrapping themselves in your presence. It's comfort on an emotional level, but there's also a playful side. Your fingers moving rapidly across the keyboard. To your cat, that's stimulation. It looks like prey. It sparks curiosity. So now, your laptop becomes a mix of warmth, attention, and entertainment. That's a jackpot in cat logic. And here's the funny part. When you try to move them, they resist. They stretch. They go limp. They look at you like you're the problem. Because in their world you are. You've been ignoring them. You've been focusing on something less important than them. And now, they're correcting that mistake. So the next time your cat sits on your laptop, don't just see it as an interruption. See it as a message. A tiny, fluffy reminder that no matter how busy life gets, someone in your world still wants your time, your attention, and maybe just a little bit of love. Why do cats meow at you like they're trying to have a full conversation? You're sitting there, minding your business, and suddenly meow. You look at them. They look back. They meow. Louder this time. Maybe a little attitude mixed in. And you're like, what do you want? Here's the twist. Your cat isn't just making noise. It's talking to you. But wait, cats don't actually meow to each other like this. Adult cats rarely use meows when communicating with other cats. So why you? Because somewhere along the way, your cat learned that you respond to it. Yeah, this is your fault. Kind of. When cats are kittens, they meow to their mother to get attention, food, warmth, safety. But as they grow up, that behavior usually fades. Unless they discover a human who reacts every single time. And guess what? That's you. So your cat basically adapted its language just for you. Every meow has meaning. A short, soft meow. Hey, notice me. A long, dramatic meow. Excuse me, this is urgent. Rapid-fire meows. Hello, are you even listening? And then there's that deep, almost complaining sound. Yeah, that one usually means, I'm not happy about something. It's not random. It's communication with personality. But it's not just about needs. Sometimes, your cat meows simply because it likes you. It wants interaction. It wants a reaction. It wants to connect. Think of it like someone tapping your shoulder just to say, hey, I'm Eddie. And let's be honest, cats are smart. They've trained you. They know which sounds get results. Feed them after a certain meow once. And congratulations, you've just unlocked a permanent feature. Now they'll use it. A lot. But here's the funniest part. Sometimes your cat will meow and then walk away. No fudnidad. No problem to solve. Just vibes. Because, for them, it's not always about getting something. It's about being heard. So the next time your cat looks at you and lets out that perfectly timed meow, don't ignore it. You might not fully understand the language, but one thing is clear. In your cat's world, you're someone worth talking to. Why do cats squeeze themselves into the tiniest boxes, cramped corners, and spaces that make you wonder, how is that even comfortable? Seriously, give a cat a huge, luxurious bed, and it'll ignore it. But leave out a small cardboard box? Suddenly, that's their kingdom. Sounds weird, right? But there's actually something fascinating going on behind this behavior. It all comes down to instinct. In the wild, cats are both predators and prey. That means they're constantly wired to hunt but also to hide. Tight spaces give them exactly what they need: protection, control, and a perfect place to observe without being seen. Think of it like this. A small space acts like armor. When a cat curls into a tight spot, its vulnerable sides are protected. No sudden attack can come from behind. No surprise threats. It's a position of safety, and cats love feeling in control of their environment. But it's not just about survival. It's about comfort. Tight spaces create gentle pressure around a cat's body, kind of like a natural hug. And just like humans find comfort in weighted blankets, cats feel calm and relaxed when they're slightly compressed. It lowers their stress. It slows their heart rate. It makes them feel security. And then there's temperature. Cats are heat seekers. They naturally look for warm, enclosed spots where body heat gets trapped. A small box, a drawer, even a random bag, these spaces hold warmth much better than open areas. To your cat, it's not cramped. It's cozy perfection. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Tight spaces also turn your cat into a perfect hunter. From inside a box or a small corner, they can watch everything without being noticed. Every movement, every sound, it sharpens their focus. It's like being in stealth mode, ready to pounce at any second. That's why you'll sometimes see your cat hiding and then suddenly jumping out like a ninja. It's not random. It's instinct in action. So the next time your cat squeezes into a space that seems way too small, don't question it. In their worlds, ils sont confortables. Safi. It's warm. It's powerful. And most importantly, it's exactly where they feel at home. Why do cats bring you gifts? And why are those gifts sometimes, well, a little disturbing? Picture this: you wake up, stretch, walk into the room, and there it is. A toy, a sock, or worse, something your cat clearly hunted. And your first reaction? Why? Hold on, what if I told you this isn't something gross? It's actually something deeply meaningful. Yeah, your cat isn't trying to freak you out. It's trying to connect with you. Let's break it down. Cats are natural-born hunters. Even the fluffiest, laziest house cat has the instincts of a wild predator. Hunting isn't just survival, it's hardwired into their brain. It's who they are. Now, here's the twist. In the wild, mother cats bring prey back to their kittens, not just to feed them but to teach them. It's their way of saying, this is how you survive. Watch me learn. So, when your cat drops something at your feet, guess what? In their mind, you're family. Even more than that. You might be the clueless kitten who doesn't know how to hunt. Yeah, let that sink in. Your cat is basically looking at you like, wow, this human can't catch anything. I better help. And honestly, that's kind of adorable. But there's another layer to this. Cats don't just hunt for food, they hunt for bonding. When they bring you something, they're sharing their success. It's pride. It's affection. It's their version of saying, hey, I this, and I want you to have it. It's like getting a gift from a friend, just with a very different style. And here's something funny. Have you ever noticed how your cat watches your reaction? That's because they're waiting. waiting for approval, for recognition, for you to understand what they just did. But instead, most humans panic, scream, or throw the gift away. From your cat's perspective, that's confusing. They're thinking, I worked hard on that, so next time your cat brings you something before, you freak out, pause for a second, because behind that weird little offering is love. It's instinct. It's connection. And in your cat's world, it's one of the highest compliments you could ever receive. Why does your cat lick you like you're part of its family? Almost like you're another cat. It starts off innocent, right? A few soft licks on your hand, maybe your arm, and you're like, "Aw, that's cute." But then it keeps going, and suddenly you're wondering, what does this actually mean? Here's the truth. Your cat isn't being weird. It's being loving in the most cat-like way possible. You see, cats don't just groom themselves. They groom each other too. It's called social grooming, and it's something they only do with those they trust deeply. In a group of cats, licking is bonding. It's connection. It's family. So when your cat starts licking you, it's not random. It's saying, "You're one of mine." Yeah, you've officially been promoted, but it goes deeper than that. Cats use scent to recognize their world. When they lick you, they're not just cleaning their marking, mixing their scent with yours, creating a shared identity. To your cat, this means safety, familiarity, belonging. It's like they're putting an invisible label on you that says, "This human, this one's mine." And honestly, that's kind of special. Now, here's where it gets a little funny. Sometimes, your cat might start licking you, and then suddenly nip. Yeah, the tiny bite out of nowhere. Don't panic. That's called a love bite. It usually means your cat got a little overstimulated. Think of it like their emotions spiking too fast. They go from calm affection to playful energy in seconds. It's not aggression. It's just too much love, too quickly. And then there's the texture thing. Your skin tastes salty. Your lotion smells interesting. Your sweat, even more interesting. Cats are curious creatures, so sometimes those licks are part affection, part investigation. But make no mistake, the core reason is emotional. Because cats don't just give their attention to anyone. They choose. They observe. They decide who's safe. So, if your cat is licking you like that, you've passed every test. You're not just the person who feeds them. Your comfort, your trust, your family. So next time those tiny sandpaper licks land on your skin, don't pull away too fast. Because in your cat's quiet, mysterious world, that's one of the purest ways it knows how to say, "I love you." Why do cats suddenly turn into tiny race cars? Right when the world goes quiet. Lachi, the lights are off. You're finally ready to sleep. And then boom! Your cat sprints across the room like it just remembered an emergency meeting, back and forth. Up the wow, off the couch. Fully speedy. Zero explanation. Welcome to the legendary Midnight Zoomies. But here's the thing, your cat isn't going crazy. It's actually being completely natural. Cats are what scientists call crepuscular. That means they're most active during dawn and dusk. In the wild, this is prime hunting time when prey is out, light is low, and instincts kick into overdrive. So, while you're winding down for the night, your cat is just getting started. All day long, your cat has been conserving energy, napping, resting, charging, up like a fuzzy little battery. And by nighttime, that battery is at 100%, and it needs to go somewhere. So what do you get? Explosive bursts of energy that look completely random but are actually your cat, releasing built-up excitement, running, jumping, sliding across floors like a professional athlete in a tiny fur coat. And let's be honest, it's kind of hilarious, but there's more happening behind the scenes. Those zoomies, their practice. In your cat's mind, it's chasing prey, dodging danger, perfecting its hunting skills. Every sprint, every sharp turn, it's all instinct-driven training, even if the prey is absolutely nothing, or maybe something only your cat can see. Yeah, let's not think about that too much. And here's another reason your home gets quieter at night. It's noisy, less movement, fewer distractions. That makes every tiny sound stand out. Every shadow looks interesting. Every flicker of light becomes a potential target. Your cat's senses go into high alert, and suddenly, the entire house feels like an adventure zone. But wait, there's one more twist. Sometimes, your cat runs because it wants you to react. It's playtime. It's attention. It's a not-so-subtle way of saying, "Hey, bored. Let's do something." So the next time your cat goes full speed at midnight, don't assume something's wrong. That chaos, that energy, that wild, unstoppable sprint across your living room, it's not madness. It's instinct. It's excitement. It's your cat being exactly what it was born to be, just with a slightly dramatic flair. Why do cats stare at walls? Like they're watching something you can't see. You've probably experienced it. The room is quiet. Everything feels normal. And then you look over, and your cat is frozen, eyes locked on a blank wall. Caveman, no sound, just staring. And suddenly, you feel a little uncomfortable, because the question hits you. What are they looking at? Let's clear one thing up right away. Your cat isn't being creepy. It's being incredibly aware. Cats have senses that are way sharper than ours. Their hearing, sensitive enough to pick up tiny sounds inside walls like insects crawling, pipes shifting, or even small rodents moving where you can't see. To you, it's silence. To your cat, it's a full-on audio show. And then there's their vision. Cats are experts at detecting the smallest movements. A flicker of light, tiny shadow, even dust particles drifting in the air can grab their attention. What looks like an empty wall to you might actually be full of subtle motion your eyes simply can't catch. So when your cat stares, it's tracking something real, just not obvious. But here's where it gets interesting. Cats don't just react to what's there, they react to what might be there. Their brains are wired for hunting, always scanning, always analyzing. That wall, it's a potential hiding spot, a place where something could move at any second. So your cat waits, focused, ready, like a tiny, silent predator in standby mode. And sometimes, yeah, it does look a little intense, but there's also a calmer side to it. Cats can enter a kind of relaxed, half-alert state, almost like daydreaming. They're not fully asleep, not fully active, just observing, processing their surroundings in a quiet, focused way. To you, it looks like staring. To them, it's awareness. Now, let's address the thought that always creeps in. Are they seeing something supernatural? It's a fun idea, but the reality is much simpler. Your cat isn't seeing ghosts. It's just noticing the tiny details your human senses miss. So the next time your cat locks its eyes on a blank wall, don't panic. Don't grab a flashlight. Just remember, in a world full of invisible sounds, subtle movements, and hidden activity, your cat isn't staring at nothing. It's just seeing more than you. Why do cats sleep all day? Like they have absolutely nothing to do with their lives. Seriously, you wake up, your cat is asleep. You walk past them at noon. Is you asleep? Evening comes. Yep, same position. Maybe just flip to the other side, like it's part of a slow-motion routine. Meanwhile, you're thinking, must be nice. But here's the truth, your cat isn't lazy. It's built that way. Cats are natural predators. And in the wild, hunting takes a lot of energy, short bursts of intense action, stalking, chasing, pouncing, and then long periods of rest to recover. So, even though your cat isn't out hunting in your living room, its body still follows that ancient rhythm. Sleep, conserve, recharge, repeat. On average, cats sleep anywhere from 12 to 16 hours a day. Some even push it to 18. Sounds extreme, right? But most of that isn't deep sleep. It's more like a light doze. Ever noticed how your cat's ears twitch? Or how they wake up instantly at the smallest sound? That's because they're always half alert, ready to jump into action if needed. It's like having one foot in sleep and one foot in survival mode. Now, here's something interesting. Kittens and older cats sleep even more. Kittens are growing fast, their bodies need extra rest to develop. Older cats, they've slowed down so they conserve energy even more. But adult cats, they've just mastered the art of efficient living. And let's not ignore one obvious factor. Your home is safe. Predators, no threats, plenty of food, comfortable spots everywhere. Your cat doesn't need to stay active all day. So, instead, it chooses the best option available. Sleep like royalty, but there's also timing involved. Cats are most active during early morning and late evening. So, while you're awake during the day, they hear recharging. And just when you're ready to relax at night, they're waking up. Yeah, the schedule doesn't exactly match. And here's the funny part. When your cat looks like it's doing absolutely nothing, it's actually doing exactly what its body is designed to do. Resting, recovering, preparing. So the next time you see your cat curled up, completely lost in sleep, don't judge it. Don't call it lazy, because in its world, that lazy nap is actually a perfectly executed survival strategy. Why do cats absolutely hate closed doors? Like it's a personal attack on their existence. You know, the moment you close a door just for a little privacy, and within seconds, tappy tappy tappy, then louder, then comes the scratching, maybe even a dramatic meow that sounds like you've betrayed them forever. But here's the funny part. Open the door, and what does your cat do? Walk in, look around, and sometimes walk right back out. So what's going on here? Why the obsession? First, cats are curious by nature. Closed door isn't just a door. It's a mystery. And cats? They don't do well with mysteries they can't solve. To your cat, that door is basically saying, there's something happening in here, and you're not allowed to know. And that's unacceptable. Cats feel the need to control their environment. They like knowing where they can go, what's happening around them, and having full access to their territory. The moment you shut a door, you're not just blocking a room. You're breaking their sense of control. And trust me, they notice. But there's also a social side to this. Cats may act independent, but they're surprisingly attached to you. When you go behind a closed door, they don't just lose access to a space, they lose access to their human, and suddenly, the door becomes a barrier between them and their comfort, their safety, their favorite person. So yeah, they're going to protest. Loudly. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Sometimes, it's not about going inside the room. It's about having the choice. Cats don't like being told no, even if they had no intention of entering. The fact that they can't, that's the real problem. It's like you've challenged their freedom and they're determined to win. And let's be honest, a closed door is also the perfect invitation for drama. Scratching, pawing, sliding, their little paws under the gap like they're trying to negotiate terms. It's a full performance, all because of a simple door. So the next time your cat freaks out over a closed door, don't take it personally. To you, it's just privacy. But to your cat, it's a mystery. It's a challenge. It's a broken connection. And most importantly, it's a problem they fully intend to solve no matter how long it takes. Why do cats always chase the warmest spot in the house? Like tiny, furry heat-seeking missiles. Seriously, sunlight hits the floor for 5 minutes, and boom, your cat appears out of nowhere, perfectly positioned like it planned this all day. Laptop, taken. Fresh laundry, claimed. Your pillow, already occupied. Coincidence? Not even close. Here's the truth: cats don't just like warmth. They'd. Cats originally evolved in desert climates, where the sun was strong and the air stayed warm. That ancient wiring never left them. So even though your cat now lives a cozy indoor life, its body still says, find heat, stay warm, save energy, and that's the key word: energy. Cats are masters of efficiency. Their bodies run at a slightly higher temperature than ours, which means they lose heat faster. So, instead of burning extra energy to stay warm, they do the smart thing. They find it. A sunny window, a warm blanket, the top of your laptop, even your chest when you're lying down. Yeah, you're basically a human heater in their eyes. And honestly, that's a pretty good deal for them. But there's more to it than just temperature. Warm places make cats feel safe. Heat relaxes their muscles, slows their breathing, puts them into a calm, almost dreamy state. It's like their version of a spa day without the bill. Ever noticed how deeply your cat sleeps in a sunbeam? That's not just a nap, that's pure, uninterrupted comfort. And then there's the hunting instinct. In the wild, conserving energy is everything. Cats don't waste effort unless they need to, so by staying warm, they're keeping their energy stored, ready for those sudden bursts of action like chasing a toy, jumping across furniture, or launching into those random Zoomies. It all connects. Warmth equals comfort. Comfort equals energy saved. Energy saved equals sudden chaos later. And here's the funny part. Your cat will go to extreme lengths for that perfect warm spot, squeezing into tight spaces, pushing things aside, even slowly, politely, sitting on whatever you're using. Because in their world, warmth is priority number one. So the next time your cat steals your seat, your blanket, or your laptop, don't get too annoyed. You're not being replaced. You're just competing with the sun. Why do cats stare at walls? Like they're watching something you can't see. You've probably experienced it. The room is quiet. Everything feels normal. And then you look over, and your cat is frozen, eyes locked on a blank wall. Halfman, no sound, just staring. And suddenly, you feel a little uncomfortable because the question hits you. What are they looking at? Let's clear one thing up right away. Your cat isn't being creepy. It's being incredibly aware. Cats have senses that are way sharper than ours. Their hearing, sensitive enough to pick up tiny sounds inside walls like insects crawling, pipes shifting, or even small rodents moving where you can't see. To you, it's silence. To your cat, it's a full-on audio show. And then there's their vision. Cats are experts at detecting the smallest movements. A flicker of light, tiny shadow, even dust particles drifting in the air can grab their attention. What looks like an empty wall to you might actually be full of subtle motion your eyes simply can't catch. So when your cat stares, it's tracking something real, just not obvious. But here's where it gets interesting. Cats don't just react to what's there, they react to what might be there. Their brains are wired for hunting, always scanning, always analyzing. That wall, it's a potential hiding spot, a place where something could move at any second. So your cat waits, focused, ready, like a tiny, silent predator in standby mode. And sometimes, yeah, it does look a little intense, but there's also a calmer side to it. Cats can enter a kind of relaxed, half-alert state, almost like daydreaming. They're not fully asleep, not fully active, just observing, processing their surroundings in a quiet, focused way. To you, it looks like staring. To them, it's awareness. Now, let's address the thought that always creeps in. Are they seeing something supernatural, It's a fun idea, but the reality is much simpler. Your cat isn't seeing ghosts. It's just noticing the tiny details your human senses miss. So the next time your cat locks its eyes on a blank wall, don't panic. Don't grab a flashlight. Just remember, in a world full of invisible sounds, subtle movements, and hidden activity, your cat isn't staring at nothing. It's just seeing more than you.